Imagine this. You've had a long day at work, and you make a small mistake. Instantly, your mind fills with thoughts like, "I'm so stupid," or "Why do I always mess things up?" Now pause for a second. If a friend made that same mistake, would you say the same harsh words to them? Probably not. So why do we talk to ourselves this way? Studies show that over 70% of people experience negative self-talk daily. The problem? The way we speak to ourselves affects everything: our confidence, our stress levels, even our physical health. But here's the good news. You can change that. And it starts with one simple practice: being kind to yourself. Point number 1. Why we're so hard on ourselves. We're wired to be self-critical. Back in ancient times, being hyper-aware of our mistakes kept us alive. But today, that same instinct just keeps us anxious and overwhelmed. Psychologists call this the negativity bias. Our brain focuses more on what's wrong than what's right. But here's the twist. Self-criticism doesn't actually make us better. In fact, research from the University of Texas found that self-compassion leads to higher motivation and resilience, while self-criticism increases stress and procrastination. So if beating yourself up isn't the answer, what is? Point number 2. The power of self-compassion. Self-compassion isn't about ignoring your mistakes. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness you'd show a close friend. Dr. Kristen Neff, one of the leading researchers on self-compassion, breaks it down into 3 parts. Self-kindness. Speaking to yourself with encouragement, not criticism. Common humanity. Understanding that everyone makes mistakes. Mindfulness. Being aware of your emotions without letting them control you. Think about it. If a friend failed an exam, you wouldn't call them a failure. You'd tell them, "It's okay, you'll do better next time." Now imagine saying that to yourself. Point number 3. How to practice self-kindness. Daily. So how do you start being kinder to yourself? Here are 3 simple ways. Reframe your inner voice. Next time you make a mistake, pause. Instead of saying, "I'm so dumb," try, "I made a mistake, but I can learn from this." The words you choose matter more than you think. Write yourself a letter. Studies show that journaling about challenges from a place of self-compassion reduces stress and improves emotional well-being. Try writing a letter to yourself as if you were your own best friend. What would you say? Treat yourself like someone you love. If your best friend was exhausted, you'd tell them to rest. If they felt discouraged, you'd encourage them. Start applying that same kindness to yourself. Point number 4. The science of self-kindness. Here's something fascinating. Practicing self-kindness literally rewires your brain. Studies using MRI scans have shown that self-compassion activates the same areas of the brain linked to love and emotional regulation. This means the more you practice kindness toward yourself, the easier it becomes over time. And there's a real-world impact, too. People who practice self-compassion sleep better, have stronger relationships, and even live longer. Yes, you heard that right. Being kind to yourself could add years to your life. Point number 5. Breaking the cycle of self-criticism. If you've spent years being hard on yourself, change won't happen overnight. But every time you replace self-judgment with self-kindness, you're building a new habit. And over time, that habit transforms your life. So here's a challenge. For the next 24 hours, pay attention to how you speak to yourself. When you catch a negative thought, reframe it. Just one small change can make a big difference. Being kind to yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. It makes you stronger, happier, and more resilient. So next time your inner critic starts talking, remember, you deserve the same kindness that you give to everyone else.